This is our first lesson in the Earth, Wind, Water, and Fire series, which is an Epiphany series. And not only is the series designed to remind us to appreciate and take care of the world around us, it's also designed to awaken us to what we already know, to awaken us to the inner wisdom, which is embedded in our very soul. This is the sacred knowledge that I'm speaking of, that all of life is sacred. Every living, breathing creature is sacred. Nature is sacred. All of life, every living moment, every creature, great and small, is to be honored, reverenced, and treasured. Because we are, and they are, of God. The earth, the universe, all of nature, everything in it, around it, and upon it are reflections of the holiness, reflections of the mystery and the divine essence of that which we call God. And we know this deep in our souls. We know we are sacred. We know all of life is sacred. We know the plants, animals, trees, the water, and the wind are sacred. This world is filled with life-giving divine energy, and we are here to let it flow. During this first lesson in the series, we will remind ourselves of this ancient wisdom with prayers and poetry, ceremony, and music. In addition, this morning we will share a short reflection on how we became separated from this way of thinking, how we become separated from our inner wisdom. What might we do to step back into this truth? How might we step back into this inner truth? How might we remember what we know, that we know, that we know, way down deep in our souls? The first step is twofold. It is to listen and let go. Because we will be taking a step back into the wisdom that we were born with, into a step back into the inner wisdom which is formed within us. We need to let go of linear thinking. We need to let go of the timeline. We need to let go of the idea that life is lived in a series of neat progressions, one step leading to the next. So let's close our eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths. And imagine that timeline stretched out, nice, tight, straight in front of you. Imagine it moving across the desert towards the sunset. Straight line disappearing into the horizon. Now release some of that tension. Allow the timeline to relax and ripple. Release some more of the tension. Allow the timeline to flutter, to curl, to furl. Allow the timeline to circle and spiral. This is your life. Listen to what your life is speaking to you. What do you hear rising up from your innermost being. What is the holy message? Breathe deep. Let go. Receive.